Challinor, 4-1 home defeat to Woking, player sent off. Where do you start?
It's always going to be difficult to, I suppose, evaluate feelings this quickly after the game. Disappointed, angry, lots of emotions. Not good enough, and ultimately we'll work harder to put it right. And if the players we've got in the building either don't want to do that or aren't good enough to do that, then we obviously have to look at other things. Otherwise, like I say, I'm not doing my job, and that won't be, like I say, that won't be the case, because for me, one thing I've always done, and my, I suppose, philosophy around life has always been that I work hard, and that's nothing changes. So we'll work hard starting tomorrow morning and to put it right.
Some people say obviously you're 5 games in, the team is still gelling, but the goals that conceded, it wasn't just the fact it's conceded 4 at home, it's the manner of the goals that conceded. 2 absolutely free headers, penalty for them, conceded last goal for Uxbury, and that must be very, very concerning for him.
I wouldn't say it's concerning, because ultimately it's individual jobs. So the concerning bit for me is that 20 seconds before the kick-off, I've reiterated to Monty in goal about Tarby scoring a free kick exactly from the same place against Chesterfield to put someone back on the line. We've not done it, and we've conceded. They're a big side, but you've got, like I say, a simple ball into the box, and their 5th header of the ball, out jumping Ryan Crossdale for a free header again. Just can't do it. Third goal, again after the sending off, you're chasing. You go and you play 3 at the back, because ultimately you're best to try and get something out of the game than ultimately lose 2-1 and be happy losing 2-1. But defensively, 1v1 in the box, and again it's a free header from Ducks losing his man, and again the 4th one is poor defending. It's individual stuff rather than collective stuff, and again, ultimately people need to take responsibility for that. It's not, as we're saying, I suppose that's the thing you can look at in terms of if we were conceding lots of chances to us being all over the place as a unit, as a team on the pitch, then it may be concerning. But ultimately, you can overanalyse goals sometimes, and you can point them down to mistakes. But you don't need to be a rocket scientist to work out who's responsible for every single one of them goals in terms of individuals. And ultimately, listen, people are going to make mistakes, but we've got to do better than what we've done.
The first 20 minutes, the second half, it was quite a hopeful first 20 minutes. Obviously, Lewis Montrose getting the goal back, Matty Kozolo going very close, and then there was the sending off for Ryan Crosdale. What did you make of the bookings that we received in Ryan's decision to take Tarby down?
I've given my opinion on the referee. I've been backed up in some instances by the assessor's view on it. He didn't manage the game at all, and his performance was as poor as what our performance was. I can't affect his performance, I can affect ours. The first one, I don't think's a booking. The second one, again, potentially if it's a trip, it's a booking. I think there's other bookings went on where they weren't bookings, and again, that view's been expressed as well. I suppose the bigger thing for me is that a couple of things. That situation wouldn't have happened if someone had put their head in the middle of the park. Probably got kicked in the head, but we'd got a free kick, and then we give the ball away down here so cheaply. When, like you say, we've got up a little bit of a head of steam. We're getting less frustrated. But ultimately, like I said, the things that they come from, I'm not bothered about opposition. Credit to them, like I say, they've done a job. My concern is our performance, and our performance was terrible, disjointed. Again, I've got people who would call themselves creative, attacking players. What did they create? What did they attack? We had one decent bit of play in the first half after 45 minutes where we should have scored twice. Aside from that, in the first half, like I say, all we've done is huffed, puffed, not had fluidity, tried to get on the ball in wrong areas, and given two really poor goals away. That's not a good recipe for winning football matches, and ultimately that needs to, like I say, needs to change, and it will change.
You said over the last 2 games as well that teams now know how we play, the sort of style we play, and that we need to mix that up to really get good results now. How do you go about trying to implement that sort of change?
You don't need to mix that up though, because again, they've come today and they've ultimately they've got men behind the ball, but they've been a 4-3-3, ultimately exactly the same shape. And if our rotations are right and our movements right, you play between teams, you play through teams. It took too long and takes too long to realise how potentially not to win a game, but where you're going to get joy. And again, it's back to the drawing board and going through how we get in and how we play against different systems. Because again, we can affect things slightly from the side here in terms of making substitutions, and we can affect them at half time when we speak to them. But ultimately, we can't afford to waste 45 minutes in people not knowing what they're doing against how a team sets up. That again comes down to intelligence, football intelligence, and recognising what teams are trying to do. The worrying thing is we've got experienced players on there that haven't recognised it, and again that can't continue. Otherwise, so we've got plenty of options. Whether it's a case of having too many options and not getting the right combinations at the moment, I'm not too sure, but. Like I say, we work at it, and that starts in the morning.
With bank holiday, we've got Halifax away and then Harrogate home and Mill Farm. 2 teams that have had some decent games over the past few years, very different styles. How do you sort of approach those games knowing what we've seen today?
Today doesn't matter. Today's irrelevant. Today's gone. Can't affect it. Again, you could say I could be sat here going, oh yeah, we've lost the game 2-1. We ultimately got to send it off. We roll the dice to try and get something from the game, and we haven't. And then it looks a defeat that's like, oh, you got beat 4-1 at home. We've lost. End of the day, there's 3 points we can't pick up. Next week's a different weekend. Like I say, we'll be working our rocks off to make sure that come next weekend we're better than we were today. And that's in all facets, not just in terms of us on the ball, in terms of off the ball, in terms of our individual stuff. We have to be better, and I say if people aren't better, then ultimately it falls within my remit to go and get people that are better, and I'm not going to suffer fools lightly. If things need to change, things will change.
Thanks, John.
Cheers.